So recently, the foreign minister of China was in Africa. He visited a couple of African countries, including Nigeria. And this is what they do every year to begin to see how to build their revenue base for the Republic of China. While they know what the problem in Africa is, it's about consumption, isn't it? And for them, they know how to solve the problems. Nigeria has awakened the conversations of the Naira Yuan swap, and this will encourage them to trade with Nigeria with Yuan and the Naira. While everyone is jubilating and sharing all kinds of excitement, I don't think it's something I want to be happy about. Because if you look at this relationship, China gains more. And Nigeria won't gain even up to 5% in this whole issues. China is making it look like they are doing Nigeria a lot of favor, but China is making it easy for her businesses abroad. Nigerians will only consume. Nigeria consumes more than they produce. The only thing we export largely is our crude. And is China going to be paying us in Naira or dollars? And you know what this means for our own export. We are importing almost everything. I believe this transaction is not something that is going to favor us in the long run. Every responsible country needs to look at the trade imbalance and begin to close the doors to the things we import. Some of these things are products we can actually produce in Nigeria. Can't we end this power situation and have a sustainable power plants and democratize the power situation in such a way that a lot of cottage industries will handle most of the things we import from China? Why do we need to be importing toothpicks? Why do we need to import footwears and some other items that we can also produce? China sees that market Nigeria owns, and China has been missing out due to inflationary issues in Nigeria. The Naira Yuan swap is because China is also getting the bite of the bad economy in Nigeria, and China wants to ease out the pain for themselves. It's an opportunity for Nigeria to begin to think of how to produce more and create other markets, because they are competitors with the China and are looking for other areas where the labor could be relatively affordable for them. I don't think that the Chinese Naira Yuan swap will work in favor of Nigeria in the long run. I agree that we're a consumption nation, but if we don't begin to produce and we rely on consumption without producing and relying on our own standards, in the long run, Nigeria will become a dumping ground. The jobs will be taken completely out of the space, and unemployment, quality control, health challenges, and a whole lot of issues will become the only heritage we have as a people. I'm not impressed with the Naira Yuan swap. I believe we can also produce. What are the line items we are taking from China? And look at it carefully. Are these products we can also produce locally? Can we stop the importation of these products and import those things that are very urgent and things we know we cannot produce in the next 10, 20 years? These are the thinking lines I expect Nigeria to begin to embrace. Anything short of this, we are wasting our time with importation and arrangement about Naira Yuan swap. It's a shortcut for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and that's why he wants to crash inflation rate from 32% to 15%. But even at that, this strategy is not a good strategy. It's a strategy that keeps the citizens of Nigeria hooked on products, dependent on other people, and making them lazy. It's not a way to go. China has been exploiting Nigeria, and the trade imbalance is one that President Bola Ahmed needs to bridge. However he wants to do it, I don't know. There has to be a drastic government policy that is deliberate about building the economy, creating more jobs, ending power challenge, and putting money back into the pockets of Nigerian citizens. The time to produce is now. The Naira Yuan swap is one I do not encourage. It does not help Nigeria's economy. It will only benefit China while we continue to suffer. In the short term, we'll have products, we'll have Nigerian markets flooded with some standard products as well. And at the end of the day, the Nigerian market is owned by China. China is not coming into Nigeria to produce. China is not bringing bulk of the factories to create real jobs. China is producing and flooding the Nigerian market with Chinese products. It's time for Africa to begin to produce. It's time for Nigeria to produce and sell between African nations. We have not owned our market for a long time. We have only had exploiters coming to steal from us, take our resources abroad, refine them, sell to the global West, and sell to us just the tiny bit of the inferior products. And we jubilate all over the place and excitingly seeing these things as status symbol. We need to own our market. Foreign goods at this point should be strange to Nigeria and Africa. If we can't produce what we consume and we run after foreign goods, it's a ticking time bomb. It comes with a whole lot of hazards, including health problems. And I think this is a time for African leaders to begin to sit within Africa and think of solving their problems. The Africa-China Summit, Africa-Asia Summit, Africa-India Summit, they are not in favor of Africa. And this is the way we need to begin to think and redirect our focus. I'd love to read your comments on this issue, and I hope to see you in the next video.